Hello and welcome to the File and Serve training for probation officers. In today's demonstration, you will learn how to register for a File and Serve account, as well as learn how to make filings using File and Serve. This training is specifically geared for probation officer filers. Before we begin our training, let's take a closer look at a useful resource available to you. This is the eFiling Process and Enterprise Justice for Probation Officer Filers. This resource contains step-by-step instructions on how you will make your e-filings with the court. Included in the process guide are an overview of the high-level processes, how to create a firm account, as well as how to make a filing from beginning to end. All of the information that I will share in today's demonstration can be found here in the user process guide. I'll take a quick look through each step and page so that you may see again that these instructions include step-by-step guides on how you will make your filing using the e-filing system File and Serve. To access this user guide, navigate to the eCourts hub. The eCourts hub can be found at NCcourts.gov/eCourts. Here in the eCourts hub, you'll find a wide variety of training materials, but to access that filer process guide for probation officers, you'll select eFiling File and Serve. Then click the link for on-demand training and resources. From there, you'll select Advanced, and scrolling through the numerous resources, locate Probation Officers heading and select the Filer Process Guide for Probation Officers. Now that you know where to find the Probation Officer Filer Processing Guide, let's take a closer look at File and Serve. File and Serve is a web-based system, which means to have access to this, all you need is high-speed internet. The link to the website for File and Serve is also found on the eCourts hub. Simply scroll to the top of the page and select the hyperlink eFiling File and Serve. This brings you to the File and Serve landing page. To complete the registration process, someone from your office, typically the Chief Probation Officer, will navigate to the File and Serve sign-on page. Here, they will locate and view 3 cards. The card on the left contains training materials, resources, best practices, along with contact information. We'll begin at the top with training materials. Here you will find a process guide, information and resources concerning DVPOs, IVCs, juvenile filings, but most notably to you, you will find the guide for probation officers listed here. Additional resources include links to standards and codes, information about service options in File and Serve, information about proposed order submissions, a link to our FAQs, a link to the NC Bar Member Portal, along with a link to request a spoken foreign language court interpreter. Additionally, you'll find under Best Practices links to our document naming standards, party name indexing standards, case types for each court location, and a link to all 100 county codes. Here at the bottom, you'll find information to contact Tyler Technologies, including their phone number, a link to their email and chat, a link to the eCourts application guide and file, portal, and a link to the NC Judicial Branch eCourts hub. On the right side, there are 2 cards for registration. There are 2 types of accounts within File and Serve. They include a firm account and an individual account. An individual account is for filers without attorneys, process servers, or out-of-state attorneys. For the purposes of your probation office, Your Chief Probation Officer will be creating a firm account. To register for the firm account, they'll navigate here and select Register. Once selected, your Chief Probation Officer will need to complete all of the required information in order to complete the process of registering for a firm account. You'll notice at the top of the page, there is a banner here which says if your firm already has an account, you'll ask your firm administrator to invite you to that account. By default, the individual, typically a chief probation officer, who creates the firm account will by default become the account's firm administrator. They'll enter the required information outlined in red. That's their email address, password, user information, firm information, agree to the terms and conditions, and once complete, that will activate the register button found in the lower right corner. This will allow them to select register, and they will be able to sign in to the File and Serve account. To sign in, they'll select sign into account, and from there, they'll need to complete the steps to add all users to their account. Now that the firm administrator has completed the registration process, they may now sign in to their File and Serve account to continue setting up the firm. To sign in, simply select the Sign into Your Account button. Notice on the screen you are also able to reset your password here. To sign in, enter your email address and password and select Sign In. Once signed in, you will come to the File and Serve dashboard. Before we complete the setup of the firm account, we will explore the dashboard. On the top left, you will find 3 stacked lines known as the hamburger menu. You may select this icon to reveal multiple functions within File and Serve, including case search, my filings, bookmarks, templates, firm management, service contacts, and reports. Your File and Serve account will not have the site administration icon. To collapse this list, simply select the hamburger menu again. On the far right of the screen, you will find a blue circle with your initials. This is how you will access your user profile. Select the Profile button. On your user profile, you are able to edit and make changes to your name and email address, change your password, manage your email notifications sent from File and Serve, as well as enable or disable hotkeys. A guide to hotkeys available within File and Serve can be found by selecting the question mark to the left of your initials, then selecting Keyboard Shortcuts. To navigate back to the dashboard, you may do so by selecting either the Home icon or the File and Serve logo. The firm administrator will need to complete the process of setting up the firm account. To do so, they will navigate to the firm management page. Once again, by either selecting the hamburger menu and selecting firm management, or by using the firm management icon found on the left side of the screen. The firm admin will begin by adding all of the users to their firm account. To add a user, select Firm User. Anyone who wishes to make a filing in File and Serve must be added as a firm user. Do note the latency of my page loading time is due to the nearly 1,000 firm users in my account. To add a user, your firm administrator will select +, add user, and enter the required information. That's first name, last name, and email address. The individual added will receive 2 emails. The first email will alert them they have been invited to join a firm, while the second email will ask them to reset their password so that they may sign into their new account. Additionally, the firm administrator should select at least one other individual to act as a firm administrator for the firm. To designate an individual's role as firm administrator, simply select the checkbox and then remember to hit the Save button found in the lower right corner. To search for users within your firm, you may utilize the filters at the top of the firm user page. Additionally, a firm administrator may make edits to a firm user's profile by selecting the pencil icon. There, they may also reset that user's password, and if necessary, use the delete button to delete any users. The next step of completing the firm account is for the firm administrator to add an attorney. File and Serve requires an attorney be added to a firm account. To add an attorney, the firm administrator will select +, add attorney, and there, as a court partner, such as yourself for probation, you will add the first name in a court partner, last name, eFiler, and use the dummy bar number 999981. Remember to select Save. The next step for the firm administrator is to add a payment account to your firm's account. To add a payment account, the firm administrator will select Payments, +, add account. As a probation officer, your firm account's payment account should be a waiver account. You'll want to name that account Waiver Account. Under Payment Type, select Waiver and select Save. The final step of setting up your firm's account is to confirm your firm details. You'll select Firm Details, and here you will confirm the name of your agency, address, and phone number. To make any edits or changes, you can select the pencil icon to edit. And now you have completed setting up the firm management of your firm account. To navigate back to the File and Serve dashboard, you may either select the Home icon or the File and Serve logo. From our File and Serve dashboard, we'll now take a closer look at some of the features available within File and Serve. Let's begin on the left side of our screen, just below the Firm Management icon, and select Service Contacts. Service contacts serve as your firm's internal Rolodex. That is, if you intend to utilize eService, you may store your firm's service contacts here. To add a service contact from your firm user list, select the + from Firm Users and enter the required information. To add a service contact outside of your firm users, select +, add contact, and once again, enter the required information. Once the required information has been entered, select the blue Save button in the lower right corner. To search for a service contact, you may enter the first, last name, or email address of the party. To edit a service contact, you may select the pencil icon. To view the attached cases of a service contact, you may select the icon which resembles an envelope and paperclip, or to delete a service contact from your firm's service contacts, select the trash can button. Back over on our left-hand side, we'll scroll down just one icon to the Reports feature. Reports are a great way for you to reconcile your firm's records. Notice that the filters for reports are defaulted to My Filings. That is, the report generated will just be of filings you have made personally. If you wish to see the filings made by others within your agency, you'll need to change the radio button and select My Firm. Additional filters include locations. To change the locations from the default All Locations, select the Filter button. From there, you may select which court location you wish to run a report for. So perhaps you just wish to see a particular county's superior court sessions that you have made filings into, or perhaps just district court cases. You'd make those selections by scrolling through the list of court locations and selecting the checkbox next to the court location in which you wish to see your report. Then select the blue Done button. The next filter you may apply when running a report is statuses. Once again, the default is set to all statuses. To change this, simply click within the box and select the type of status in which you'd like your report run for. The last filter that is required is for you to enter a date range. Though there is no limit to how far back you may run a report, just note that a report can only be run for a window of up to 60 days. You'll need to select that period using the Date From and Date To filters, which will then activate the blue Download Report button. The report downloaded will consist of an Excel spreadsheet, which makes it easy for filtering and searching. From here, we'll navigate back to our dashboard by selecting the File and Serve logo at the top of our page. On our File and Serve dashboard, there are 6 cards. They consist of Start Filing, Filing History, Drafts, Case Search, Bookmarks, and Templates. We will now go over each of the 6 cards, beginning with Filing History. The filing history on the dashboard contains your 3 most recent submissions to the court. Each submission contains the file number, the envelope number, the date and time of the submission, and the current status. In order to view additional filing history, select the hyperlink View Filing History. Within your filing history, you will see a log of all of the filings you have made using the File and Serve system. They are sorted by default from your newest filing to oldest. In order to change the sort view, simply select the drop-down. Each card represents a submission made to the court system using the File and Serve system. Over on the far right side of the screen, you will notice a filter button. A selection of the filter allows you to not only view the default setting of all of your filings that you have made personally with File and Serve, but allows you to toggle over and select the radio button for My Firm so that you may see the filing history of others within your agency. Additional filters include location, statuses. You may enter and search by case number or envelope number, or enter a date range. Once making any selection for filters, select the Apply Filter button at the bottom. To close your filters, simply select the X. And now we may take a closer look at your filing history. Once again, each card and entry will represent the electronic filing that you have made with the court using the e-filing system File and Serve. Each entry will contain your case number and envelope number. An envelope number is the unique identifying number assigned to each of your electronic submissions. Additionally, in your filing history, you are able to see the filing status. There are several filing statuses found in your filing history. One status you may see is accepted. This means that your submission has been submitted to the court and accepted by the court. Another filing status that you may see is a filing status of submitted. This means that your filing has been submitted to the court, but has not yet been reviewed by the clerk. Unique to the filing status of submitted is your ability as a filer to cancel a filing. To cancel a filing, once again, confirm the filing is in a status of submitted. Navigate to the document that you wish to cancel. Select the X found on the right side. The system will give you a warning and ask if you are sure that you wish to cancel this filing. If you do, select OK. And you see that up top in the top right in green, the system has alerted you that the filing has been canceled. Once again, you may only cancel a filing if it is in a status of submitted. You are not able to cancel a filing that is in any other status. Scrolling further down our page, you will see the next filing status you may encounter is a status of rejected. The clerk has very few reasons in which they may reject a filing. The most common is at filer's request. This means that you, as a filer, have reached out to the clerk and requested that they cancel or return your filing. The second reason that your filing might be rejected is for document corruption. The third is if the document you have submitted is prohibited by rule or statute from being electronically filed. The third is for AOC admin use only, and it is duplicate request. The fourth is if you are filing a false lien. The fifth is if you are filing into a case and there is a gatekeeper's order. And finally, the sixth reason is for DA use only, and that is incorrect or insufficient proof. The final filing status that you may note within the system is a filing status of under review. This simply means that the clerk has already begun the review process and though they have not made a determination yet of acceptance or rejected, it is still pending the clerk's review. Scrolling back to the top of our filing history, we'll now take a closer look at the rest of the entry. We see that along with our filing status, we're able to view the filing code we used, the filing type. If any filing description has been listed, it will appear here. And if you have elected to use a client reference number, it will appear in this column as well. On our actions dropdown, you're able to note all of the additional actions that you can see. They include envelope details, file into case with template, view service contacts, or bookmark a case. Do note that unique to filing status of rejected or canceled, you'll also see the ability to copy an envelope. The next card that we will take a closer look at is filing drafts. To navigate to filing drafts, I'm going to select the hyperlink here. When making C, you'll manually select the My Firm button. Additional filters will include location, case number, draft number, and a date range. Sorting by My Firm may be particularly helpful for you as a probation officer if perhaps someone within your office has begun a file and serve filing but not yet submitted it, and now would like for you to take over that particular draft and complete the process. To do so, you would navigate here to the Filters tab, select My Firm, and enter the draft number. I'll close the filters now so that we may take a closer look at each entry. Much like the filing history, it's organized newest to oldest, showing you the draft number, the date and time that the file and serve filing began. The status, of course, will be set to draft. And over on our far right, we see that the actions available would be to resume draft, that is to pick up with the filing wherever you left off. Or if you no longer need the draft, you can select Delete Draft. I'll now navigate us back to our File and Serve dashboard using the Home button, where we'll take a look at our next card, which is Case Search. Your dashboard contains the 3 most recently searched cases. To perform a search in File and Serve, select Search Cases. The first step will be to enter a court location. You'll notice that the search for case by is defaulted to Case Search. The idea within File and Serve is that if you are making a filing within the system, you are searching by case number because you already have the case number. You do have a feature available to search by party name. However, we would recommend if searching for a case number by the party name, you use the eCourts application portal. Speaking of case numbers within Enterprise Justice, there have been some changes to the way your case numbers are now configured. We retain our 2-digit year and lettered case type, but that will now be followed by a 6-digit sequence number dash a 3-digit county identifier. To locate your county identifier or to view any of the 100 county identifiers for North Carolina, you may click here for all county identifiers. I'll now enter the case number and select Search. Once the system has located your case, you'll want to confirm with the case caption here that this is in fact the case that you are searching for. From our Actions dropdown, we see that we have the ability from our case search to file into the case with a template, view service contacts, or if we wished, we could bookmark this case. As bookmark is our next card, I'm going to select bookmark case now. Do note that for some criminal cases, you may see two entries on your search page. One of them would be the criminal case, and the second could possibly be a bond forfeiture case. Do take special care when making your filing to ensure you're filing into the criminal case and not the bond forfeiture. If perhaps our results had not yielded the results we expected, we could use the Refine Search button in our top right to refine the search and try again. I'll now navigate us back to the File and Serve dashboard using the File and Serve logo. From here, we see that our next card, Bookmarks, now bears our most recently bookmarked case at the top, along with two additional cases that I've bookmarked. To view additional bookmarks, select View My Bookmarks. The benefit of bookmarking your case is to have all of your cases in one place for ease of access. From the Bookmarks tab, you're able to select the Actions dropdown in order to file into the case with a template, view service contacts, or once your involvement with the case has ended, you can always review bookmark. Additionally, you'll note there is a filter button here in our top right that would allow us to search and filter by location, case number, or case description. I'll now navigate us back to the dashboard, where we'll now demo making a filing within File and Serve. To make a filing in File and Serve, you'll begin by selecting the blue Start Filing button. There are two options here. You can either create a brand new case, or in the case of you as a probation officer, you will be filing into an existing case. This means that the case already exists and you have the file number. To file into an existing case, select the blue button, File into Case. You'll notice a familiar screen, your case search screen. You'll enter the court location and then scroll down to enter the file number. Then select Search. Once your case has been located, you'll want to confirm with the case style at the top that this is indeed the case that you wish to file into. Sometimes two results may appear for the same case, one of which is your criminal case, the other is perhaps a bond forfeiture. You'll want to ensure that when making your filing, you're filing into the criminal case. If perhaps your results did not yield what you were looking for, do note again in your top right, you have the ability to refine your search. But if you have confirmed that this is in fact the case you wish to make your filing, navigate to the Actions dropdown and select File into Case. There are 6 steps when making a filing. You'll notice that step 1 is case information, and all of this is already filled out for you as this is an existing case. You can navigate to step 2, parties. On the Parties tab, if you needed to add additional parties to the case, you could do so with the plus sign, Add More, and enter in any additional parties from the case. Or if you needed to delete a party that you began to add, you can either edit or delete using the familiar icons there. The third step when making a filing will be for you to upload your documents. You'll do that on the Filings tab by selecting the plus sign, Add Filings. This will add your filings to your electronic envelope. Note that the max envelope size is 36.7 megabytes. I'll now select the plus sign, Add Filing, which brings us to our filing details page. At the top, we see that the default filing type is e-file only, which will allow you to electronically file your papers with the court. There is an option for e-file and serve, which will allow you to electronically file your papers with the court and have those documents sent to selected service contacts. Or step 3, which is your service only option, which will send your filing to a selected service contact, but will not file your documents with the court. The second heading under our filing details is filing information. Here, you will enter the filing code probation. Specifically, the all caps version of the word probation. This is the filing code that you will use in most of your filings. In fact, you will use this filing code, probation, in all of your filings, with the exception of when submitting a proposed order, which I will demonstrate shortly. The next box is for filing description. You'll want to use this box to identify to the clerk what type of document you are filing. So perhaps you are filing a probation violation report. You would enter that into your filing description, identifying the type of document you are filing with the court. The next box is a field for client reference number. You'll notice there is no red asterisk here, which means it's not a required field. If your office intends to utilize reports and want to be able to search the report by the client reference number, you could enter that number here. The next section is comments to the court. Comments to the court allows you to communicate with the reviewer or clerk if there is information that you wish to share with them. The comments to the court do not integrate with the case management system and will only be viewable to the reviewer during the review process. The next step is to upload your document. To upload your already prepared PDF document, you will select File, and upload that document by selecting it from your computer. You will note that North Carolina General Statute 132-1.10D does require you to perform redaction if there is any personal identifiable information in your document. There are two types of redaction within File and Serve. They are auto redaction and manual redaction. Manual redaction is only for AOC documents that have been configured for redaction. In all other cases, you will need to manually redact. To manually redact or to perform auto redaction, you'll select the button that says Auto Redact. Upon activating auto redaction, you'll receive a message in green at the top notifying you that the system is performing auto redaction. Once complete, the system will give you another message in green. You may continue with your filing while you wait for that process. I'll go ahead and begin to select our document security. Most of the documents that you file as a probation officer will be public in nature. If the document is confidential, you will select confidential. If the document is public, not portal, meaning that the document is a public document, but perhaps contains sensitive information not viewable on portal, you will select this option. You will not have an occasion to select any of the last three document securities. You will not select supporting documentation for audit purpose, DA and ADA only, or need DA review. We notice up at the top of our screen that the system has now alerted us that they have performed auto redaction and have not redacted any of our fields. That's because we will need to perform manual redaction as our document is not an AOC form configured for auto redaction. To perform manual redaction, we'll now select the Edit Redactions button. This is going to open up the redaction viewer. I'll use the pagination tools to increase the size of my document. And we see that we have a demo probation violation report. We can see that within our report, there is some personal identifiable information. Once again, if you need a list of personal identifiable information, it is provided in North Carolina General Statute 132-1.10D. To redact that personal identifiable information, we'll select the icon at the top. Once selected, it will activate the crosshairs, allowing us to draw a box around any fields of PII, or personal identifiable information. If there was additional PII within my document, I would continue that process of drawing boxes around all of that information. Once satisfied that I have redacted all of the PII within my document, I'll now select Save and Close. You'll want to make certain that you are redacting within the File and Serve system, as the system will now send to the reviewer two versions of the document, both a redacted version and an unredacted version. Continuing on the page, we now come to the Communications tab. Communications allow you to enter the email address, or in some cases, more than one, in which case you would separate those email addresses by comma, a courtesy copy if someone wishes to receive a copy of the documents you are filing as they are accepted by the court. The copy. Perhaps a legal helper or someone within your office wishes to be notified when your documents are accepted by the court. Similarly, there are preliminary copies. You would enter the email address or email addresses of individuals who wish to receive a copy of the document before they are file stamped. You would enter their email address here. The next tab that you may have an occasion to use is for additional services. Typically, if you are requesting copies, you can go to additional services to request those. Satisfied that we have all of our documents in order and we have performed our redaction, I'll go ahead and select Save. Notice it has saved my filing code along with my description, and if I needed to add additional documents to this submission, I would select the plus sign, Add More. For this example, I'm going to change my filing type from the default eFile only to eFile and Serve. That is, for this document, I would like to electronically file it with the court, but I'd also like to select a service contact to send the document to. For this example, I'd like to now use Proposed Order as my filing code. For my filing description, I want to identify to the clerk what type of proposed order I am filing. So perhaps it is a proposed modification order. I'm using filing description to describe the type of document that I am filing. Once again, if I wished, I could enter a client reference number. I could also enter any comments that I wish to share with the reviewer. I'll now select File and have the ability to upload that document. Once again, I will select my document security. And my proposed order does not contain any personal identifiable information, and so I do not need to perform redaction. A note about proposed orders and unique to proposed order, it is the only filing code that will allow you to upload both your PDF version of your document and a Word document. Satisfied that I have correctly used my code and applied my document security, I'll now select Save. If I had additional documents like supporting documentation or any other forms that I needed to upload to the clerk, I would come back in, plus sign, Add More, and unless a proposed order, I would continue to use my primary filing code of probation and utilize my description field to describe the type of document I am filing. We'll move forward to step 4, which is service. We can see that there are already 2 service contacts associated with our case, one for the defendant and one for the state. To add a service contact, you'll use the drop-down arrow. If adding yourself, you will select Add Me and then associate yourself with the party. If adding the service contact from your party list from your case, you would select Party List. If adding someone from your agency as a service contact, you would select Firm List and choose the individual from your firm's list. North Carolina does not utilize or support public list, so you will not have an occasion to use that. And finally, if you needed to add a new service contact, you would select Add New Contact. You then need to associate that contact with one of the party or choose Other No Party Association, and then enter the required information, which is first name, last name, and email address. Once the information has been entered, select the blue Save button in the lower right. When adding a service contact, you'll want to ensure that the party intends to receive electronic service. After entering a service contact, if you've elected to do so, you may then move on to step 5, which is fees. Here, you will select your waiver account, and you'll also select NA Court Partner eFiler as the party responsible. You're now ready for your 6th and final step. After agreeing to the submission agreements, which are ensuring that you have properly redacted all PII and complied with the North Carolina General Statute in reference to redaction, you can then make any edits or changes that you need to your case by selecting the pencil icon. Once satisfied that all the information within your submission is correct, you will select the blue Submit button to submit your filing to the court. Several things are happening whenever you select the Submit button. The system is electronically submitting your filing to the court. You will receive email notification that your filing has been submitted. Additionally, the system is generating for you an envelope number that, once again, is that unique identifying number that identifies your submission to the court. If your agency has created filters, they will be found. We see that an envelope has been submitted and specifically envelope 7230 submitted successfully. Templates, as templates, and when we return to our dashboard, we are able to see in our filing history our case number. My templates to see is at the very top of our filing history, showing envelope 7230 submitted, the date by yourself or your agency, and the number of documents, and mark those as the filing status using the stars. The next thing I would like to show you is a template. You will select the plus sign Add Template. To create a template, you will begin by selecting View My Templates. Templates are a great way to save yourself a new clicks when making filings. An existing case. I'll now select View My Templates. Because most of your cases will already have a file number, your templates will be best created for existing case. You'll then select Edit Details to edit the details of your template. If you wish to use a template, it must be created for each court location. For this example, I'm going to choose to create a template for all of my Buncombe District Court cases. I'll then select Criminal as my case category. And under case type, I have the option to create either a criminal template or one for my infractions. I'll select criminal. and move forward to step 2, which is parties. Because this is a template and we do not yet know the parties of our case, you may move forward to step 3. Step 3 allows you to add all of your filing codes by way of +, add filing. Make a selection of whether or not you wish to e-file only, e-file and serve, or service only. In this case, I would like my template to be for criminal cases in Buncombe District Court to be electronically filed only with the court. As you know, the filing code that you will use is the all caps probation filing code. You may then select Save and move forward to the next step, Service. If someone within your office wishes to be a service contact for any and all cases that are filed, you can go ahead and add yourself as a contact or add new contact. If not, you do not need to complete anything on step 4, and you're free to move forward to step 5, the Fees tab. Because your payment account will always be the same, that is, you will make all of your filings using your waiver account, you can go ahead and select Waiver Account. Additionally, you can select your filing attorney, that is the NA Court Partner eFiler. Moving forward to the 6th and final step, we see here that instead of submitting, we would select Save Template. This has now saved our probation template and now has this template available for us to use whenever we are filing a case. I'll demonstrate now by returning back to our dashboard, selecting a case from my bookmark, and using my Actions dropdown. Instead of simply filing into the case, I can select File into Case with Template, and then look and navigate for the particular template I am looking for. That's going to be the probation template. And from there, I can select under Actions, the Use Template. As you can see, it has filled in the information for me, and I'm able to move forward with the rest of my filing as normal. Templates does not allow you to save documents to your template. Instead, it's simply saving you a few clicks by already having certain case information listed, service contacts if applicable, and your Fees tab already completed for you. I'm going to navigate now back to our dashboard. We've now had an opportunity to look at all 6 of our cards. The next and final portion of today's demonstration will be to share with you examples of the file and serve emails that you can expect to receive when making filings. The first email that you can expect from File and Serve will be your submitted filing notification. Your submitted filing notification will bear for you the envelope number assigned to your document. It will also contain an overview of filing details, fee details if applicable, and document details. The next filing that you might expect to see is a notification that your filing has been accepted by the court. That's the filing accepted, which will still have your envelope number, still contain your filing details. The distinction is that In your document details, you will find a link to the file stamped copy of your document. If you are looking for the file stamped copy of your documents that you have submitted to the court, they will be found in your accepted filing email notification. Additionally, of course, you may also go to Portal to view any documents that you have submitted to the court. Portal, of course, being where you will find the file stamped and signed version of any proposed orders that you have submitted to the court. The next type of email that you may see from File and Serve is a notification of service email. If you have elected yourself as a service contact, or if someone else has elected you as a service contact, this is an example of what the email you can expect will look like. It says notification of service, has the envelope number, contains filing details, along with a file stamped copy link to your document. That link is active for a period of 60 days, after which time the link will expire. But again, your documents will always be available on Portal. The next type of email that you might expect to receive from File and Serve is perhaps a return for correction notification. Once again, we see filing returned still with the envelope number. And we do see that the clerk is required to list a reason. In this case, this was returned at the electronic filer's request. Any comments that the clerk makes to you when accepting or returning a filing will appear in the email in red. In this case, the clerk listed the comment of unsigned document submitted, returning per your request. The next email notification that you may receive is a service undeliverable notification. This email occurs if you have selected a service contact and that email address was undeliverable. It will still bear the envelope number, alert you as to which contact the service was undeliverable to, and allow you to see the email address that you used for that service contact. In very rare instances, you may experience technical difficulties and receive a submission failure email, in which case the email will denote that the filing below was not successfully submitted. Once again, your first point of contact for any technical issues is to contact Tyler Technologies. We recommend having this email handy as the error reason may contain useful information to help Tyler Technologies troubleshoot the issue. The next email notification that you may receive is a courtesy notification or a preliminary notification, one of the two forms of communications when making a filing with File and Serve. The email will contain filing details along with the link to the documents. Once again, the link is active for a period of 60 days, after which time you can find copies of the document available on portal. This concludes the notifications and emails that you will receive from File and Serve. Do note that if in any cases you are filing into juvenile matters or juvenile cases, the case caption that includes the name will not appear, and instead the case style will simply be the word confidential. In those cases, it will be more important than ever to know your file number, as once again, for confidential cases like juvenile matters, you will not be able to search by name, only by file number.